Hello everyone, welcome to Gusto TV Africa. This is another episode of Popcorn Crushers. Yeah, my name is Olori Bimpe and I'll be your tour guide for today's movie. The title of today's movie is That One Time. That One Time. Yeah, it has an English title, but it is actually our indigenous movie, a Yoruba movie that we all know, that we all watch on YouTube and everywhere. So this movie is produced by All Notion Studio, and we have just 3 people on that movie. Like, just 3 people acted the movie. And even just one person just came on, like, very few scenes. The major roles were taken by Lateef Adedimeji, and he took 2 roles, like 2 major roles. It was Fred, and it was also Timini. Then we have his wife, Oyebade Bimpe Adedimeji. She was Sophia in the movie. Yeah, so this movie is all about just a newly wedded couple that just moved in to a new apartment after their honeymoon, and they really had a nice time. Like, when they just moved in, they arranged the house together. And I was even saying, God, when? Not knowing that there are still more things to be unfold for us. So they just got back from their honeymoon, right? And you know, when you go for honeymoon or when you just get married, your workplace will definitely give you like a couple of weeks break. So when they got back from this honeymoon of theirs, they still had one more break for them to have to themselves. All of a sudden, the husband just received a phone call from the governor. I guess it works directly with the governor of their state in that movie. And the governor asked him to resume. And he just told the governor that, don't worry, sir, I'm going to resume tomorrow. And his wife was like, we still have 1 more week to enjoy ourselves. Like, and you cannot even ask me. You just told him yes. It's a thing you can definitely tell him that, okay, oh, sir, I still have 1 more week, but I'll see what I can do. But he just told him yes immediately. And the guy just, he apologized. Fred apologized to his wife, Sophie, and he was like, the money is making it for her, all of that. So I cannot make the money while he's at home, and blah, that she should not worry and she should not bother herself about it, which was very fine. And okay, no problem. Until he started resuming the work, and even to eat breakfast is a problem. Like, the wife is going to take her time, wake up very early, and set the table, and he will not be able to eat. The couple of times that he was able to eat the food, he was just eating fast, because he really wanted to really get to work on time. And I was just like, okay, maybe he's just really diligent with his work, which is no problem. Until he started getting to the period whereby he was not having time for his wife anymore. And they are newly wedded people. They just moved in together. They have to spend like time together. But he's now picking his work over his family, over his wife. And his wife was not even doing anything in the movie. I don't know why. She was like a full housewife. She was always at home, but she was not dressing like all this look. She was actually always on point. She was always dressing in the house like she was actually going out. Like, she really dressed nice in the movie. And I was just wondering that, why would this man just be like that? Then it happened to be that there was a scene where she wanted to go to the supermarket, and the husband could not drop her. She was even begging him that, babe, you are going towards the side that I'm going to. Please, just drop me. The man said no, that it's already late. He was just checking his time. He even told her that she has enough money in her account that she can actually order an Uber ride and all of that. The lady felt really bad, but she just ordered the Uber. Lo and behold. May we not meet unfortunate people in this life. Say amen. May we not meet unfortunate people. The Uber driver is actually, I don't want to say the word, but the Uber driver was, I don't know the word to use for him. Yeah, before I forget, Adedimeji also was the Uber driver. Like, the makeup artist did a really nice job. God, thumbs up to that makeup artist. Because, I don't know, Adedimeji is a dark-skinned man. I don't know how he became fair. I'm sure it's foundation. Because there was a point they even showed his legs. And his legs were actually fair. I don't know how they did. Maybe they painted his body, or they used foundation, I don't know. And he even had sudden beards. But I know Adedimeji very well, and he's like one of my favorite artists because Adedimeji is very, very versatile. He can act an imam, a prophet, an herbalist, a tout, a blind man. Like he interprets his role perfectly well. Like he interprets his role very well, and he did the two. Like there would be a scene of the Uber driver, and there would be a scene of the husband in the house. Like he carried, Then his wife too. Yeah, she did a very, very nice job, which is Sophia in the movie. Like she did a very, very nice job. It was so, I don't know, maybe it's because I know that they are married like real life, but they carried out the role perfectly fine. Like they were vibing and all of that. You know that this is beyond like the movie kind of vibe, and she really interpreted her role very well too. Then back to the Uber driver's gist. The Uber driver, when she was about to come down at the supermarket, the Uber driver just told her that he's also a photographer and is into modeling and all of that. So then he gave her his card. Then that was when the trouble began. But Yoruba will say that Alangba o le wo giri to giri o ba lanu. Like, I'll take that again. Alangba o le wo giri to giri o ba lanu. That means that if a wall is not opened, lizard won't find its way. I feel like it is because the husband has actually given like space. That is why the lady could actually remember the Uber driver. Because there were situations whereby, like for instance now, on her birthday, they already had a plan that they were going to travel to another place. They were going to go on a like 3-day vacation. And he came back on Monday and told her that, okay, the 3 days can no longer be 2 days anymore, that they have to like reschedule because of his job and he has like some emergencies. Okay, that's fine. Reducing 3 days to 2 days is absolutely fine. Emergencies can come out at any time. But on the birthday, the man did not come home at all. He did not even reach out to her. And she was so sad that she started crying. Then that was when she remembered that she can actually make herself happy by actually having a photo shoot, which I subscribe to, not knowing that the Uber driver is very, very unfortunate. She got there and she took the necessary pictures. Like, she took very, very nice pictures. And the Uber driver offered her alcohol. You know this lady is married. You know she's married. She wears a ring everywhere she goes. And you still offered her alcohol. For why? For what? For what? If not that you have bad intentions. That Uber driver, you have bad intentions. So, after she took the alcohol, then it started from, I like you, I want to kiss you, blah, blah, blah. And that was how part 1 ended. Yeah, I didn't mention it earlier. The movie is in part 1 and part 2. So just make sure you watch the both. Then, at the end of the part 1, I just saw her legs raised up and I'm like, wait, what's going on here? And that was how the part 1 ended. Part 2, the Uber driver just started frustrating this lady's life. How would you? He started stalking her. Anytime she goes out, he follows her about and she does not even know. Like, that man is just wickedness. I just feel like it is wicked. Because there are many fishes in the oceans. There are many ladies around that you can actually fall in love with. Why are you falling in love with somebody that actually has a partner already? Not even a partner, that is just newly married. You could have just... Okay, things can actually happen. Maybe but you don't need to keep following up with her and telling her that you love her, you want to have her to yourself. That's wickedness. Then he started stalking her and all till it got to the end where the Uber driver had to go and watch the movie yourself. I don't want to give you the full gist. The movie was directed by Adedimeji. Did a nice job in directing that movie. The fact that it was just 3 people. Yeah, why would I forget another peng person in that movie? Yeah, which happens to be the 3rd person, which is the wife's friend. Temitope Aremu, she's Yoruba, and she was stammering in that movie. But I don't know if she stammers for real or she was actually acting. But if it's that she was acting, no, thumbs up. Temitope Aremu, I'm going to follow you on Instagram, everywhere. I'm going to follow you because you did a nice job. Like, she was stammering like she was a slave mama. Even the husband once told his wife that she should not talk to her anymore. Like, Fred told Sophie not to talk to Anita anymore, that she's a bad influence and all of that. But I just feel like in the movie, Anita was one of the person that had Sophie's back. Like anytime just Sophie places a call to her that, babe, I'm in trouble, I'm in this, I'm in that, she actually comes through for her. Like she comes through for her. And she actually advised her. I'm talking too much already. I don't want to give you the full, just go and watch it. But Anita, which is Temitope Aremu, thumbs up. You did a really, really nice job. The movie was produced by Lateef Adedimeji himself, and he did a very, very nice job. Like doing part 1 and part 2 of like 3 hours with just 3 casts. Like, no, that was a really, really nice and creative one. Yeah, the acting is excellent. Yeah, Anita, if Anita is not stammering in real life, and she did that in that movie, she did a nice job. Adedimeji Lateef, Odogu, you did a nice job. And Oyebade Bimpe Adedimeji, you did a really, 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 really nice job too. And like I said earlier, I feel like the whole blame goes to Fred, which is the husband, because I feel like if he was able to balance his work life and his relationship life and everything together, the lady wouldn't have remembered that she had the Uber driver's card with her. Like, she's not going to remember at all. But because he gave a whole lot of spaces for her to be alone, for her to think about, and she was not even doing anything. Assuming she was working and she was going out, like she was busy with her own life too. She wouldn't really remember that somebody gave her a card somewhere. And she wouldn't even remember that she wants to go for a photo shoot. But I just feel like the whole blame goes to the husband. Like, set your priorities right. Like, I'm talking to men and women to set your priorities right. Set your priorities right. Know how to balance work. Because if anything happens to you today, you will be replaced. It's 1 minute silence they will do for you. That's like the truth. So learn to balance. And again, your family will be there for you through thick and thin. Even when you lose the job, your wife will still be the only one that will be there for you to cover up your secrets from the outside world, to cover up your yansh from the outside world. So, I'll rate it 7.5. I should have given it 8, but I don't like the way the movie ended. No. I was expecting Timini to just die and just go out of the scene, and the husband and wife should start their lives afresh. But it just ended it. I really, that's my own opinion though. I really don't like the way the movie was ended. Thank you very much for watching today's episode of Popcorn Crushers. Bye!